making a stress test on my translucent bed. It's made up from very strong material, and I'm going to test it. So I first will do the weight test. I'm going to put 100 pounds of clay on top of it with the center hanging. Just a little bit touch on both sides. The pinholes here, so it's beyond the pinholes. I'm going to put 100 pounds of clay here. See how it is hold on to the weight. Right, so this is 25 pounds of clay, 50 pounds, 75 pounds. Alright, so this is around 100 pounds of clay. You can see the middle is still hanging there very straight without any warping. And I'm sure I could add another 50 pounds of clay without any trouble, but this is getting too tall. Alright, so that is the weight test on the translucent bed. Alright, and put it on the flat surface. See that? It's hardly bent at all. Still very good to go. Okay, that is the bed should be the weight test, because in case you want to throw something that is very big, that could go with it. And later I will do the heat withstanding test and then water resistant test for my translucent bed. Right, I'm going to test to throw right on here and then use the heat gun to heat it up. See if this translucent bed is good to withstand the heat. And also here I have the decoration mark or equally division mark here. I'm going to use the mark 2 to make a little bit of a alteration of the rim. Right, so I have a mark here 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And I will throw a ball and then alter into a 6-sided. If you want the mark not going to scratch your hand or making your hand too rough on your hands, you can put some clay here so it will be slippery. When you're making a ball, if you are not able to push a nice curve here, you can use the rib to help you. I have several ribs that is especially designed. I have a very good curve here, and you can use that to help you compress the inner part of it. This rib is good too, and also this is my number 3 wooden rib too. So you can compress on the inner part. You will have a nice curve. You can follow the curve after you compressed it. Follow the curve and then lift it. And again, I can bring back the compression, the ball rib. In my case, this one is my profile rib. It's a hybrid, so you can compress the inner part of it using this curve, or if you are making a moon jar or some kind of a curving out, they use the other side to compress it. what this rim is all about. And since I am going to alter the rim, I won't be able to trim all the way here, so I will get rid of the mark here. Make sure this part here is smooth. Trim up the excessive clay from the corner using my number 17 for the right-hander. Well, not the right-hander, for the people who is spinning the wheel counterclockwise. Okay, before I throw the ball, I told you that I would alter the rim into 6-sided, okay, 6. So what I want to do is, looking at my decoration mark here, and as long as I find a 6, I can make some mark here. 6. There's another 6 here, another 6 here. 6 here. Actually, if you wipe it, you could see that the mark easily. 6 and 6. Okay, so that, and then after that, finding the 6, and then I'm going to start to bump the rim into the inner part, to the center, and with my 2 fingers hold it to support it. Use the rib to bump it into when I'm finding the 6. And there's another 6 here. 6 here. Okay, evenly divided using the mark, the decoration mark there, to find it easily. And now I want to do the stress test by using the heat gun. Like I told you that I would test it. And mostly people are using the hair dryer. It's a little bit mild. Or you can use hotter heat gun, like this one here. It's hotter, it can go up to 500 degrees. And I'm going to use the torch. Okay, torch. And the torch, you don't want to directly hitting into the bed. Okay, slightly reflection of the heat to the bed is fine, but you don't want to directly hit it into the translucent pad. You can see the steam is coming from here. It's like cooking the clay. Okay, actually you if you throw right on the bed, you can just let your piece sit it on the bed and then let it dry naturally. But I'm just doing the stress test, so I use the heat gun to heat it and see how much heat my translucent bed can withstand the heat. That's why I am doing it right away. So this is the bed. After using the heat gun, still warm here, staying flat, a little darker here. Here is the heat, the reflection of the heat contact with the bed, but still quite straight here. I'm sure if you are using just the hair dryer, it's totally fine. Okay, and if you are using the torch, as long as you don't directly hit it on the bed, it's also okay, right? Compared with the plastic bed, you are going to kill it right away because it's not going to withstand the heat. And you can see that this is the ball that I can touch it up right away. And let me cut it open to show you what the inside looked like after I was using. So this is the inside look like when you are using a rig to compress it. You are going to have a very good, nice curve here on the inside. And later you can just trim it, trim a foot ring here, and then trim the excessive clay off. Like that. Okay, so that is the stress test of my translucent bed. They are doing the job for being a nice bed. It's staying flat. Right, see that? Staying flat. Okay, so that is my demonstration, and I don't need to test in the water. Okay, this is plastic, so it's a water resist. If you have a wood, you put it inside the water for extended hours, you are going to, because the wood or any particle wood or MDF or any kind of plywood, they swell and they expand it and they are gone. So that's why if you are throwing on the wood, you don't want to leave your pieces on the wood for extended time, because the base might swell and you might get some mold. So that is the disadvantage of using the wood. And the disadvantage of using the regular plastic bed is that first, they are not very strong and they warp if you are using the heat. And some of the students, they don't have the patience and they use the heat gun or they use a hair dryer, and when you are using the heat, you are killing it. Okay, so and the reason I'm designing the good quality beds is that I find all of the trouble with the things I just speak. So that's why I find a better material to design my bed on it. And I have 3 sizes of the bed available now. The regular one, usually I have 3 sizes. It's 14. It's going to fit into your 14 inches wheel head, the 12 inches. The smaller one is like a square shape. It's going to save the space on your shelving space because this is smaller. So I call this space saver too. Okay, space saver translucent bed. I have a few very limited quantity, but I could sell it for a discount price that you can direct mail me to inquiry for the pricing. There are some marking that is not up to my quality control, so I mark it as an NG, okay? And just a few small defects, but the price will be different. I have a limited quantity available, so first come, first serve.